of the new Torment game. Let's just load this shit up. 4 hours and 22 minutes, and I have been in one fight. It's my kind of game. All-in-one tool. What's up? Okay. Oh yeah, I just turned that quest in. Let's see here. Journal. What was I getting up to? The stay of execution I need to do. Yeah, there's a lot I feel like in the government district. Varjelin, agent of the slave families, is trying to stop the Sticha from digging underneath the city. Omadone, a man I met at the caravanserai, is looking for his lost love. Perseia, a bookseller, accused me of borrowing a very rare book and never returning it. Stop. Okay, these must be... oh, in progress. Fallen to earth, that's the main one. The sorrow is growing inside me like a cancer. It's, okay. Cool. Let's just keep exploring, huh? Alright, let's see what's down here. Karate dude. God damn, this game is neat. Let's turn up the volume a little bit, huh? A months-old layer of dust cakes this sign, which reads, Scora the Wise, Scholar of the Iron Wind. Nimzeb. Let's see what these kids have to say. Zeb, you look like the leader. A boy in rags holds out a hand as you pass. He is far too gaunt for his age. His knuckles stand out on his fingers like knots on a twig. Any shins for family in need? Let me ask you something instead.
That's hardly polite, sir, asking for services rendered without even offering a tip.
Surely you can answer a quick question.
Sorry, sir, our stomachs are too tight to answer questions for free. Alright, fuck you then.
That's a nice little starving kid. This facade is all that remains of the house. The rest has collapsed into the sea, hundreds of meters below. Oh, that's cool. Medalia Glittering. I don't think I've talked to this lady.
Hello, friend.
A smiling, dark-haired woman greets you, standing behind a table of trinkets. Your eyes are drawn to the 3 small rodents that lazily orbit her head in 3 floating balls. They take turns hovering out just out of reach of the half-mechanical, half-organic cat perched on the woman's shoulder. The smile disappears from her face as a small tremor runs through the ground beneath your feet.
That's the 7th time today.
She glances nervously at the remnants of the structure next door.
When that one fell, I heard them screaming, shrieking like the wind was tearing at their bones.
Lore says you feel the walls of her home shudder beneath your feet, and the roof settles at an angle slightly more canted than it was before. Should I abandon my home before it abandons me, I wonder? She idly turns a couple of the curiosities on her table so the light catches on the various planes and materials. Then the smile returns to her face.
Come, tell me, which of my treasures speaks to you?
Let's see what you have for sale. Ah, 2 gold away. Root spike. 2 damage, immobilize 3 rounds. So is this just like a one-time usage? Yeah. Spray flesh. Oh, that's that healing item? Okay. Cool. How much for one of the rodent globes? You mean Bay, Boo, and Bao? She raises a hand and unconsciously pets one of the globes as it swings past her right ear. The tiny creature inside squeaks and scampers in a tight circle before the globe drifts out of sight. They are not for sale, my friend. I hope you are not too disappointed. Okay. This area isn't safe. You should move out of your house until the Sticha stop their digging. Persuasion lore natural. %. Success! You seem earnest enough, she muses, scratching her cat idly behind one ear. Very well, I will listen and move what I can. If you find a way to avert disaster, perhaps the knowledge of my discomfort will drive you to swift action, yes? Her cheeks dimple as she smiles at you. Alright. Did I get, like, any experience for telling her to move out of her home here? I guess not. How are they doing? 99? It's about half. 64. I need to rest. Innkeep! Tunnel to the underbelly. Circus Manor. Let's go back there. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Lord Vuntgen. Declaiming to the crowd is a well-dressed but sickly-looking man, a short, dumpy, and unhealthy shade of yellow. Despite this, he has the proud demeanor and the stentorian voice of a much larger man. He booms at you as you approach. Ah, another likely fellow! Excellent! The people have called for deliverance from this ravaging Stichus. A hero has answered. Most courageous of you. He smiles. All you have to do is be the first to find the road Stichus that's been terrorizing Cliff's Edge. Return here and tell me precisely where it is, and I'll take it from there. He pats you on the shoulder. And you'll be rewarded, I promise you. As the head of a slave family, I'll owe you a favor, and my favor carries a good deal of weight. Okay. Can I ask you more about the Stichus and its kind? He nods. Of course, knowing the enemy is the first step to defeating it. What is a Stichus? They are horrible, undermining vermin of another world. They tunnel beneath the streets of our city, undermining our homes and causing them to collapse. Our deaths are nothing to them. They don't even believe that humans are sentient creatures. Whoa. What else could you tell me about the rogue you're looking for? He shudders. The vile thing appeared in Cliff's Edge a few days ago, and it's been skulking around ever since. The whole neighborhood lives in fear of it. They should be afraid. I make sure of it, he says. He thinks. How did they come to be in Staggus Cliffs? Several members of the council believe that it's the work of our enemies, that their eggs were brought here from another world, an act of vengeance or sabotage, perhaps. Others think that the eggs were always here, and it took them centuries to hatch. He shrugs. But how doesn't matter to me. They're here, and they're dangerous, and it's up to every true citizen of Staggus Cliffs to resist them. He thinks, I suspect the Dream Seekers working on a larger scale than I can alone. Dream Seekers, okay. Why are they so afraid? Some will tell you it's because this district has suffered the most from the Stichus digging. Houses collapsing on the people, others falling into the sea. There's some truth to that, but the real reason is that the people here have become weak and afraid. They aren't prepared to face adversity. He leans in, warming to his subject. Indeed, if the Sticha didn't exist, I would be tempted to invent them, for they are just what the city needs to stiffen its spine. Staggus Cliffs, our once proud empire, has abandoned its holdings and ceded its territories to Autochthonos tribes and wild beasts. It's time to take them back, and how can we do that when our citizens have become lazy, timid children? They are the perfect opportunity. The weak will become stronger, he thinks. Staggus Cliffs had an empire? Indeed. We had all the lands from here to Ornu's Unagran. That was before the slave uprising that brought the slave families to power. Some of us seek to reclaim what we lost, and he thinks, we live in that age. To live in that age. Staggus advanced so quickly back then. People aren't weak, they only need someone to lead them to inspire them towards a common goal. Empires only serve the interests of lucky few. I'm going to say that. He frowns. And how much more would they suffer without the Empire? The Empire serves all. Even the least in a strong civilization is better off than the best in a weak one. Huh. I guess I just got a point towards chaos there or something, huh? Of course. Tell me about yourself. He puts a hand to his chest and raises his chins. I am Jars Vuntgen of House Vuntgen, one of the most respected of the slave families. I also have the honor of serving on the council. He looks around him uneasily. I don't usually descend to this neighborhood, but in such a crisis, one must put one's finer feelings aside and do what one can for one's city. Who are the slave families? He puffs up with pride. We're the descendants of the slaves who rose up with Chilla the Great. They smashed the oligarchs who ruled this city and replaced their despotism with fair and egalitarian leadership, creating a city where anyone can achieve anything if they only try. I see. Cool. Quest received. Hidden enemy. Let's check that out. J for journal. Hidden enemy. The rogue Sticha is lurking somewhere in the district of Cliff's Edge. Lord Vuntgen, the head of one of the slave families, has promised me a reward if I find the creature and tell him where it is. Okay. Cool. No tacos for you! Welcome to my humble little channel. Let's look. Was this Sticha over here? I saw one just like hanging out by the edge of the map. What are you doing down here? Why aren't you following me? Huh, weird. Partially hidden in the trash at the dump is a frightened Sticha, though it doesn't look like... Oh, there's a little bug. I'll send that in. It doesn't look like the other Sticha you've seen. Its chitin is weak and soft, and its claws are small and malformed. It stares at you from its hiding place and chitters incomprehensibly. Oh. Let's see. Attack! What are you? The creature makes vague motions with its claws and emits a series of clicks and wet, guttural noises. Oddly, you smell dust and lightning. Some of the sounds are reminiscent of a human with digestive trouble. But you're fairly certain it's some form of language. Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, well, enjoy. This is my fourth time playing. I'm about 4.5 hours in. I've only been in one fight so far. It's mainly been me wandering around, talking, and checking out the world. Something about the creature's behavior is familiar, and you realize that you, or at least the changing god, have spoken to the beast before. Not skillfully, but well enough to be understood. Let's try to remember. Oh, man, I don't have any, Well, let's go ahead and do a check. Damn. Failure. A murky memory comes to you. You and a Sticha standing over a small device. But what is the device? What is it doing? The memory slips away from you, spinning into the mist of amnesia. As the frustration rises, so too do the tides. You feel them building inside you, undirected but potent, and it becomes clear. You can burn the true memory into your mind and learn the language that way. Tidal Surge requires tidal trained affinity skill. Huh, calm yourself. If I just leave him alone and talk to him again, can I do that check again? Or is that a one-time thing? That's a one-time thing. God damn it. I need to go rest at an inn or something to get my points back. Are you the rogue that everyone is looking for? As you speak, you gesture in the direction of the square where you met Lord Vuntgen, and the Sticha seems to understand. It shrinks back, raising its deformed claws as if to defend itself. It doesn't seem like it would be much of a threat to anyone. It puffs a minuscule amount of vapor from the spiracles on its head. How'd you get here? It weaves its head and clicks its claws, then pauses as if waiting for a response. The odor of ozone and stale air surrounds you. When you make no reply in its language, it shakes its head vigorously and says nothing more. Well, I can't communicate with it. And all I can do is kill it. Huh. I found the Stickus. Its fate is now in my hands. Well, damn. What do I want to do? What is that title, whatever? Feat. Title surge requires trained title affinity skill. Maybe I could wait until I level up and get that, because I would like to actually communicate with the creature before I decide its fate. So yeah, it looks like I need to get the skill. Yeah, let's just put that on hold for now. Oh, hello, eggs. Proportionally speaking, the creature that laid these eggs must be truly formidable. Let's go check out the government district. I haven't been there yet. What happened here? The scrawny boy reaches out as you pass. Sir, please, sir, I know you saw the Stickus hiding in the midden. Please don't tell anyone about him, sir. He's not doing anyone any harm. You saw his hands. They're like human hands. He can't dig like the others. It's not him that's bringing down the houses. What is this Stickus to use? We found him, sir, my sisters and I, and he was so pitiful, near to starving, near to dying. We've been feeding him old devices and power cells ever since, but we've got to get him out of here. The neighbors will find him soon, and that'll be the end of him. People are looking for him. They say he's dangerous, kids. But he's not, sir. I'm telling you, he can't dig. All he wants is to go somewhere safer. Do you have a plan to help him escape? No, sir, we can't just walk him down the street, or that fat little lord would see him, not to mention the neighbors, and they'd kill him for sure. Maybe I can find a way to get him out of here. Could you, sir? That would be wonderful. If you can find the other Sticha, maybe they'd help him escape. I heard that some of them are down in the underbelly, but I've never seen them myself. I'll try. Thank you, he smiles. I had a feeling I could trust you. Okay. I feel better about that. If the thing can't dig, then he's not the hidden enemy dude, and the underbelly is just like right here. For you new viewers, Tunnel of the Underbelly is just right here. Pilfered Numenera. I'll just check that out later. I haven't decided at all like what kind of character I'm going to play. I could just go turn him in like right now and whatever, but meh. I kind of want to see where this goes. So here's the underbelly. There are Sticha right here. Mining the tunnels or whatever. Chiquette. Chiquette regards you silently and then begins its pantomime. The scent of tunnel grubs and sharp metal fills the air. As usual, its chittering makes no sense to you. It manages to choke out a few words of truth. What do you want? I found a Sticha in Cliff's Edge. It's hiding in a refuse heap, and the humans want to kill it. Can you help? It looks at you for a long moment, almost as if it can't believe what it just heard. Is weak, outcast, not feed self, burden on broommates, should be dead. The odor that rises from the Stickus is dry and musty, the scent of an insect's corpse curled on a windowsill. It's disgusting. Weak or not, it doesn't deserve to die at the hands of a mob. It's your kin. Indeed. Let's get a stronger persuader in here to... Damn. Anybody? Alright, so that's 60%. 60... And 60. That's the best I can do, huh? Damn, that sucks. Come on, big money. Fuck yeah. Success! Again, a long moment in which the Sticha stares at you. You have the sense that it is evaluating you with eyes that see beyond the human visible spectrum. Nice. Human care strange. Why so much for person of Sticha? A stray breeze whirls a zephyr of bafflement past your nose. But yes, if human care, chikekt care, will save. Now that this is settled, I'd like to ask... Okay, that is all. Farewell. Wilson, broodmates. Let's go check on him. Or I could turn the quest in and tell the mob leader dude that I killed him, huh? That might be neat. Enjoying the game so far? Tacos? Oh shit, my keyboard just got unplugged. I'm sorry. One sec. Shit. Control the mouse while I'm there. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh look, she moved out of her house. Onto the street right next to her house. Okay, he smiles. The likely one is back. Have you found the Stichas yet? Okay, so I set it free, or it escaped. Should we be honest, or lie? If I say this, they'll probably just get more pissed off at the other dudes. Yeah, fuck it. I set it free. What the fuck are you gonna do? His eyes bulge. What? And you dare show your face? You're a traitor to your own kind. If any more houses fall, it will be on your head. This is a tragedy, an outrage. I have half a mind to call the levies. A fantastic opportunity gone. Such a pity. Good day, sir. What kind of carked arse would let a murdering bug go free? Go back to your nest, bug lover. Oh man, I hope that seriously changes the disposition of, like, all the people around here. The angry crowd dispersed. Cool. Let's go check on our little kids over here. Oh, and, I'm getting close. You gonna give us, like, a holy avenger that you found in the street? The boy jumps as you approach. He's ecstatic.
You got the Stichas away. Thank you, sir. We were so worried the locals were going to get him. I couldn't believe it when the ground opened up and the other Sticha took him below. I didn't think they'd ever accept him. You must have spun them quite a tale.
It was the right thing to do.
And we appreciate it.
He takes something from inside his shirt.
It appears to be some sort of small device.
Oops, that was a kid's voice. It appears to be some sort of small device.
Here, take this. I scrounged it a while back and never found a use for it, but you probably know all about these things.
Is this your house? It doesn't look safe.
We know, that's why we stay outside most of the time. Ever since Avina noticed some cracks around the walls. We only go in there to change clothes and stuff.
Anyone else live back there? Okay, whatever. What'd you give me? Wait, what did you just give me? Oh, so that's something I'm not digging so far about this game, is it like... I don't see, like, if there's any way... There's, like, no chat here for me to, like, scroll through, you know what I mean? So that chat, I guess, is gone. Oh, neat. You can just give feedback right in the game. Let's see. It should be in my inventory somewhere. Oh, this is what he gave me? I'm not sure. Charm paste? I still don't know what this shit is right here. Oh wow, it's a +6 persuasion. Charm paste, yeah, thanks dude. So until next sleep you get a +6 on all persuasion tasks. If it's a one-time use, that kinda is a bummer, but that'll be really good for like a really hard to persuade quest or whatever. Okay, so let's go check out the government district. As I was thinking. So dude, I have my first few playthroughs on YouTube already. I'm basically just taking this whole stream and like putting it up there. If you want to check it out, like the other ones. So you don't have to catch me live or whatever. Doing like anywhere from like an hour and a half to, well, 45 to hour and a half like sessions at a time. Okay, so Government Square is up here, Underbelly, Execution Ground. Okay, cool. I said good day, sir. This is fucking cool, like a goddamn beast in a... This reminds me, if you played the old Torment game, this really reminds me of the mage and the flaming mage or whatever it was, tavern. It's like this ancient beast or something trapped in a cage. I've been reading a little bit about the Numenera lore and stuff online, and even watched some of the Tim Cook like Numenera tabletop YouTube videos. He's a creative dude. I might read one of his books soon if the library has it. Okay, so we are at the Government Square. Oh, I have been up here. Okay, it's Order of Truth, Underbelly. This is very Japanesey. Sangolian. You remember that? Yeah, me too. A tall, thin, and exquisitely dressed older man stands in the shade of an exquisitely crafted stall. Did you ever let the mage out, by the way? I feel like it was possible, but I never did it, or if I did, I don't remember. The cut, color, and quality of his clothes are a symphony of harmonious coordination, while the expression of benevolent condescension he gives you would be more at home on the face of a king. Good afternoon, he says, bowing slightly. I am Sangolian, and this is my store, Sangolian's Fittings. Welcome. How may I be of service? What you got for sale, bro? Okay, cool. I could totally buy some armor here, even if it is just weak leather armor. Leather jerkin, only usable by the last cast off. 1 armor, okay. That's only 5. This one's 10. Brigandine. -1 speed cost, but 2 armor. Okay, that could be. That one's 10. Damn. -1 might and speed, but 3. How much is that? 15? That could even be. Red boots. First glance, they seem like plain red leather boots. When you try to put them on, you're overwhelmed by a repulsive sadness and anger at the greed of men. You find yourself unwilling to even consider wearing them. Huh, okay. Sign. A cloak of deepest purple ripples with a life force of its own. Upon donning the cloak, the wearer is instantly transported into a blissful state of relaxation and contemplation through vigorous deep tissue massage. Oh man, I wish I had one of those. It is said many a wearer has become so enamored of the cloak that they will jealously guard it with their lives. This particular model appears to have been made for a very, very small child and does not fit you or your companions. Huh. Reactive plate. Whoa. 5 armor? When struck by a non-physical attack, gain resistance to that damage type for a very short time. That's fucking amazing. That's 1500 or 1200, 800, 1 energy resistance. Nice, nice. And Chromavulum. This brightly colored aquatic creature has a short loop of elastic material running through one of its 7 legs. Okay. Okay. Let's get, yeah, let's get this. I think I'm gonna get this. Bye. Oh, and something else that like they haven't hashed out yet. So look, holding the icon, you can see all the black shit behind it, and then like just clicking and dragging it on your actual character portrait doesn't equip it. So that's something else that I'm a little meh about. That works though. And then my defense now is okay. Huh. I'm not really sure how any of this stuff works yet. So we're just going defensive until... Okay. Oh, there's the council clerk. What else is in this town? Anything? Council Tower. What's up here? What are those fucking floaty things? Man, that is so neat. Let's go and save. What? I want to hit this thing. There we go. Towering above you is an enormous archway of metal and synth. Energy pulses through the structure, spilling from thin, transparent panels and subtle shades of gold and cyan. Examine the archway more closely. It appears to be dormant, but very much alive. The archway emits a low and constant hum just to the edge of your hearing. Across the top, illuminated words are inscribed. The House of Empty Time. Heavy, rope-like cables connect the archway to the strange generator nearby. Okay, my lore and machinery tells me that the workmanship of this device is quite different from that of the generator. If the generator bears the mark of a brilliant mind, connecting technologies in weird and unexpected ways, this archway is merely clever, like a gifted student imitating the work of a master. You suspect that it owes much of its functionality to the generator from which it draws its power. It also appears to be a more recent construction. Try to activate the archway. You scan the parts of the archway that are accessible from the ground, but you don't see anything that resembles a control device. Finally, you give up your search. If the arch can be activated at all, this method is unclear. Okay, my lore in mystical says perhaps it could only be activated by the words of its creator or someone designated by that person. Such things are not unknown in the Ninth World. Okay, leave it alone and let's go check out the generator. Power still flows through this ancient machine. A brassy heartbeat pulses within it, just at the edge of hearing, and tiny bubbles orbit the entire structure. No, not bubbles, holes in space. Whoa, that's cool. Examine the device. This generator combines a huge number of mismatched parts into a functional whole. Once again, you notice the circinate symbol, and that means, circular, or like, yeah, like a cylinder, I think. I looked this up last time. Etched into the side of a maker's mark. Look through the orbiting holes in space. You step too close, and one of the anomalies hisses past your hip like a disc made for razors. One of your pouches feels heavier. It seems the anomaly has left you a present. Okay. Gained items, cyclonic cube. I don't want to do this because I don't have any points. I'm going to go actually rest, I think, first. But we got a cyclonic cube. Whoa, look at that! That's fucking amazing. Light moves strangely through this glass cube, forming square patterns of blue and purple colors. That's so neat, man. Holy crap. Alright, we're gonna go rest. The only place I know how so far is this lady's little hotel by the cliffside or whatever it is. Alright, I'd like a place to sleep. 2 shins per person. Damn, that's 8. Fuck it. Thank you, friend. Rest well. Okay. I could have turned these 2 companions away. You know, the companions of whom's stats I haven't used or anything. Just a reminder, lad. Tiber catching your sleeve. Riss will be dead by the day after tomorrow if we don't do anything to save him. Oh, that's right. That guy wants me to save his criminal pal. I totally forgot. I'll go look into that now. Since I'm already doing the government district anyway. God damn, it's hot. My computer makes too much goddamn heat. I've been meaning to open it up and dust it out for like months now. The front panel is just like caked in dust, and it's like such poor computer care, care I've just not been doing. Kind of ashamed of myself. Okay. Try to remember why this machine feels so familiar. And I definitely want to succeed this check. Ah, damn. 85%. Come on, big money. Fuck yeah. Success! You close your eyes to better concentrate, sinking into the currents of a memory that does not belong to you, or at least the body you are in. And you hear the thunderous heartbeat of the operational generator calling you from across centuries. You open cold, focused eyes, ignoring the screams, drifting tangles of black smoke. Your attention is solely focused on the health of the machine's heartbeat. You reach into the hissing guts of the generator, adjusting and tuning, hoping. The heartbeat bleeds into the present. Your body's hand, rests on the rusty surface of the now ancient machine. Examine the device again. This generator combines a huge number of mismatched parts into a functional whole. Once again, you notice the circinate symbol etched into the side of the maker's mark. Okay. That didn't do anything? I thought I'd be able to, like, turn it on or whatever. Examine the archway again. Is that it? House of Empty Time. Well, goddamn, that was not worth it. That was not worth it. Alright, let's go talk to the counselor. Council clerk. Behind a lectern, a four-eyed, hairless mutant processes paper with ballitic grace. He's endlessly snapping the elegant fingers of his left hand, and each time the air twists and shimmers, either disgorging a document to be processed or accepting one that he's completed with his ink-stained right hand. Each of his eyes regards a distant object, portals that are opening, preambles and reticles that must be reviewed, his own addenda that must be flawless. One eye twitches in your direction. Exaggerated scorn twists his mouth, and though his eye remains fixed on your face, he gives no verbal acknowledgement. The closest he comes is a faint sigh. At last, after shunting a half-dozen more documents to some distant cubby, he condescends to speak. You must wait, of course, until council matters conclude. His quarter gaze leaves you. His face returns to its former equanimity, and he continues his work, which shows no evidence of slacking, let alone concluding. A moment's curiosity will cost you nothing, but any more rudeness will cost you dearly. I do not want to say that to a government official. I assure you that matters are important enough to be worth a moment of your time. Scatter his papers? No. Let's do this one. Okay, so I can do a 90 with 1 or 100 with 10. Doesn't this guy have like awesome? Yeah, there we go. We use 1 point. 100%. Success! The clerk conveys his personal regard for the importance of your matters with a long, loud sigh, but he focuses one of his eyes on you and replies, very well, very well. Let us weigh the worth of your needs, shall we? What is it you want? I'd like to talk about paperwork. A faint sigh is the only acknowledgement you receive. Trying to obtain a letter of pardon for a man named Riss who's been wrongfully sentenced to die. In order to put a stop to a wrongful punishment, I need a stay of execution issued for Call Cardin. I am a special liaison for the Judicial Oversight Committee, and I need to inspect a stay of execution for Call Cardin. There are concerns of corruption. Yeah, let's do this one first. A man named Reese. A capital case? The clerk mutters. Better to try to shake shins out of a Navarrene. After a moment, he sighs and says, the only person who could help you with that is a member of the council, and not just any member, one with enough power to persuade a few colleagues to sign off on such a clemency. If you have such a sponsor, I will submit the necessary paperwork. With a one-eyed glance and a faint smile, he adds, good luck. Okay. Now, let's try this one. In order to put a stop to a wrongful punishment, I need the stay of execution issued for Call Cardin. And since this is your buddy, you're going to persuade again. Let's do 100%. Oh, success! The clerk hesitates for a moment, then shrugs. It happens that the letter was consigned to destroy by the year's end, anyway, given that confirmation of Cardin's demise. With a snap of the fingers, a letter appears. And he looks it over. Yes, here we are. Quite the criminal he was. And no slouch in treason, but who am I to question the clemency of our peerless counsel? He hands it to you with a slight stiff. Gained item error. Let's send that feedback in just to help these guys out, huh? I've already supported them with $60. What's some more help, right? Oh, shit. Did I mute the microphone in time there? Hopefully I did. Let me check it for errors, Tiber snaps, with an angry look at the clerk. Poor Riss's life hangs by tatters. Another mistake might send him tumbling to the abyss. Irritation twists the clerk's mouth, and he focuses his multiple eyes fully upon his work. Tiber slips a vial from his sleeve and dabs a finger into the silvery liquid inside. He swipes across the name of his condemned, which dissolves before your eyes. Bend over, he hisses, stepping between you and the clerk. Here? Why are we doing this here? Well, he murmurs, slapping the document on your back. I could commit fraud in a plush armchair behind a locked door. He leans around your shoulder, flashing a grin. But where's the fun in that? You feel him writing something on the document, presumably Riss's name, before slipping it into your pouch and giving a polite little cough to catch the council clerk's attention. Everything appears to be in order, he says, mouth set in a stern line. I meant no offense, of course. Lost item error, gained item error. The clerk turns a single angry eye Tiber's way. Of course I understand, he says, his voice shaking. The eye moves you. Do we have any other matters to discuss? I am quite busy today. I'd like to ask some general questions. A faint sigh is the only acknowledgement you receive. Let's ask about paperwork again. What are you doing with all those papers? The clerk shakes his head at your ignorance. I am taking them from where they were to where they must be bending the space between. And as they pass across my lectern, I assure that they are properly prepared. To the body politic, I serve as heart, kidney, and nervous system all in one. He snaps his fingers, opening a portal and flicking a scroll through it. Before I undertook this role, the council employed layers and layers of logothetes, scriveners, registrars, and couriers, each corruptible, vulnerable, insular. The Memorvira's tendrils grew through the cracks in the teetering edifice. He stares at you with two bright eyes. But now there is only myself. Had I not come to this office, I wonder who would rule the city. And I scan thoughts that not only the Memorvira has not tried, but even she cannot corrupt the incorruptible. Who is the Memorvira? The clerk scowls without looking up. Some builders raise monuments of marble, others tear the monuments down, cook the marble to lime, mix the lime to concrete, and use the concrete to make hardened bunkers. He shakes his head. Organizers can be made the same way, and people. The Memorvira has demolished many things, and from the rubble has built an impenetrable organization of hardened souls. You would be wise to keep your distance. An eye glances your way. But you don't look wise. Oh, jeez. There's nothing about Zeb in older records of the city's past. You're expecting him to appear in the past as well? He snorts. I'm guessing this has something to do with a gate around the corner. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have no record of the boy in the past, so clearly that is not where he went. Okay. You mentioned the Memorvira. Oh, I already asked that. General questions. Yeah, you must have uncovered some fascinating stories about the city in all this paperwork. Naturally, the clerk replies, but for a moment notions of privacy and probity keep him quiet. Then one of his eyes flicks your direction. You can see he's avid to indulge the twin pleasure of the voyeur and the gossip. There's this from an ambassador sent to the Steadfast. He snaps his fingers, summons the dispatch, clears his throat, and reads, Today, with great ceremony, the Aeon priest buried a man said to have lived 277 years. Asked how this graybeard has lasted so long, and was told as follows. 300 years ago, there was a painting of spectacular beauty hung in the Dirk Hall, a relic from before the Ninth World. For reasons unknown, the work is incomplete. The Amber Pope believed that if finished, it would reveal a truth about human nature that had eluded all intellectual inquiry. He proclaimed that whatever painter could complete it would receive a cipher that would enable him to live for 250 more years. Great artists flocked to the Dark Hall to examine the masterpiece, but when they saw it, none dared lift a brush. At last, a young whitewasher approached, carrying brushes and rollers and buckets of paint. I can finish this, he declared. The Amber Pope nodded, and the boy flung an entire bucket of paint across the canvas. The blank region was filled, and the painting was splattered with white, its majesty gone. The Pope held his vow and bestowed longevity upon the whitewasher. He was, however, borne to the torture pits below the Dark Hole, where he remained until that very day, when the last his lifelong ceased. Alright, thanks for dropping by, Tacos. If you want to give me a follow or check out my YouTube channel, I'm going to be uploading these. That'd be awesome. And there it is. Thanks a ton for the follow, bud. The clerk folds the faded dispatch, returns it to its envelope, and sends it away, saying no more. Huh. Let's hear another story. That was really good. After Chilla tore down the old ruling families, there was a time when the council stripped the euphemisms from its ledgers, and one sees such as such paid for racking a nobleman till he gave up his stash of shins, and such to settle the claims of mothers bereft of their children by rampaging mobs. He pauses. We can debate whether this is shameless or transparency, but it has yielded an entry of terse brilliance, a sum allotted for the assassin to dispose of, and said whale. He smirks. In a less literal age, said whale might have been the spendthrift scion of a mercantile clan or a contessa of grand scale, but not here. These were funds requisitioned to assassinate a whale, no more, no less. The eye regarded you twinkles with delight. And, best of all, it seems the mission failed. One wonders, how does an assassin miss a whale? That's really funny. Okay. Let's go check out my, yeah, stay of execution here. See if I can free my criminal friend. Oh man, my back is hurting today. I need to take some meds. Yeah, I probably need to go buy some groceries too. Let me do that before the sun goes down. Alright, shall we talk to the overseer? A stout, middle-aged man stands atop the execution platform. He wears the badge of a city official, and a fringe of dreadlocks hangs down to his shoulders from his otherwise bald pate. He gives you a disinterested look as you approach. Please stay back with the others. I want to talk to Riss. He snorts. Impossible. No one speaks to the condemned. It is against the rules. Please, he's my father. I must speak to him before he dies. Deception. Cool. Yeah, we'll get a 90. 9 out of 10 is good. Oh no! Failure. I sympathize, but I can't. It isn't worth my position. If I were caught, or you were to get yourself killed by his death, I'd lose everything. What's going on here? He casts a brief glance over his shoulder towards Riss. The prisoner, Riss of Flatwater, is being publicly executed as a warning to all who would flout the laws of Sagas Cliffs. What would it take to free him? He laughs and sobers quickly. The only thing that could free him would be a pardon from the council, and for a luckless nobody like this, that's about as likely as me growing wings. Huh. I still want to talk to Riss. I told you before it was against the rules. Put it out of your mind. It's a matter of life and death. Let's try again. I think it's this guy who has the... Yeah, let's just go ahead and use all my points. He shakes his head. Speak to him if you must, but don't expect him to speak to you or hear you. He's past that now. Okay. Hey, what's up, Yosh Todd? Look at this fucking crazy shit. Reese stands, eyes open, but sees nothing. Speaking an unending stream of gibberish, with each word a rope of slimy flesh inches from his mouth. And taking up this rope is a hideous doppelganger, seemingly made of the same diseased viscera Riss spews, who paces about him, slowly wrapping him in it like a spider would bind its prey. Only a few riding loops cinch Reese's chest. It looks like it will take a long time to cover him completely, but his twin is patient, and it continues to circle him without complaint. Can you hear me, Riss? We make love upon shards of shadowed marble. We laugh at the hiss of the wind. Ah, the poor... You know what that reminds me of is, those things, the hybrids in, Battlestar Galactica. Their minds are just so fucked up and they're like on a different plane of existence or whatever. Ah, the poor lad. He's never said anything that poetic in his life. Riss, are you in there? The flowers no longer sing their song. Somebody has poisoned their beds. I understand what you're trying to say. What does the wound want? How may I heal it? What will slake its hunger? Scan Thoughts says, who is speaking and are you here to help? No, there is no one left. Okay. Beware! Do not look into the fire! Can I talk to the death of Reese? The strange homunculus pays no attention to you. It seems to be made of the unnatural entrails that spill from Reese's mouth. wound together to form the shape of a man. As you watch, it winds more of those entrails around Reese's torso, almost as if trying to make a copy of itself. He shudders and turns away. They say that's his nightmare coming out of him. I say it's giving him nightmares. Me nightmares, standing so close. What are you doing? The doppelganger does not reply. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. Nope. Try to stop it. Ooh, damage taken. As you try to take the entrails out of its hand, it grips your wrists, and a jolt of unbearable agony drops you flat on your back on the platform. Your head swims, and suddenly you are deep in the mines of some place called Harif. Watching your servants dig out an ancient machine the locals were too stupid to see the value of. As Zorus and Nal finally get the left articulator free, the world starts to go black as the edges, and you hear the sound you most dread, the rushing whispers of the sorrow. How in the ninth world did it find you here? Though you know it will bring more pain. Fuck it. Black tendrils snake from the darkness, and you flee into the tunnels, ignoring the others' shouts. You have to get back to the base camp, back to the failsafe. It's the only way to save yourself. As long as you can reach it, touch it, you're safe. The shell might die, but your mind will live on. The tendrils gain on you. The whispers fill your head. You slam into a wall and stagger off again, dazed. Was it this way? Have you gone wrong? A light ahead. Yes, the camp. You sprint for it as the tendrils caress your back and legs with screaming agony. The pack, the box, the lock. You tear them all open in a frenzy and slap the device just as the tendrils penetrate you, soft as mist, sharp as knives, tearing you apart, fiber by fiber. And then you are gone. The shell is screaming, but you are free. As your head clears, you find Overseer Yen looking down at you, shaking his head. You're a tough one, I'll give you that. I've seen men twice your size die from a death's caress, but I wouldn't do it again if I were you. Now hurry up. I'm risking my neck allowing you up here. He stumps back to his post. Leave it alone. Wise choice, friend. He chuckles. Alright, let's try talking to the Devourer of Wrongs. I don't know how to free this guy. I thought I could. An enormously fat figure stands near the back of the execution platform. Because of its metal mask and the obscuring layers of the devices, filters, and hoses it wears, you can't be sure if it's a man or a woman, or even if it is entirely human. Its thick neck bulges and clenches as if it was chewing something. Who are you? What is your role in the execution? I eat the condemned once they are dead. Their meat shows me the extent of their guilt and gives me their memories, revealing motive, method, accomplices, and secrets. The Dendra O'Hur have always performed this service for the city. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So they betray their friends in death. That doesn't sound fair. You're stealing their... Yeah, that sounds a bit barbaric, don't you think? Many of the condemned think so. Some fear it worse than the execution itself. They should not. Wow. What is a Dendra O'Hur? We are the followers of the great queen Sarlavun, Lady of Maggots. We honor and archive the minds of the dead by consuming their flesh, while acquiring their wisdom for ourselves. It shifts its tremendous weight. When we consume the flesh of the dead, a fragment of that person's consciousness awakens within us. The more we eat, the more minds coexist within our own. Tavern makes a face. Now there's a party I wouldn't care to attend. Sagas allows you to eat the dead? The Dendro Her take those who cannot pay for burial, bringing them to our chapel for last rites and consumption. The city is cleaner for our presence. It raises its many chins as if proud. Some citizens even go willingly to our chapel when they die, so that we may preserve their minds. Huh, it's a hive mind. George R. R. Martin would like this. Okay. Where's your chapel? It rests in the underbelly of Sagas Cliffs, as it should. Interesting. Nods. Well, so, what the fuck? We're, in progress, day of execution. Tiber's plan to require me to impersonate a city official, so I'll need one of the badges. I might be possible to rally the spectators who have gathered to watch us die. If I'm persuasive enough, I can turn them to execution immediately. Okay, let's try that, maybe. Intimidation. Who would I talk to for that? try the intrigued woman. This woman listens intently to the ravings of the man on the nearby dais, hanging on every word. She gives you a hesitant smile.
Can you understand it? I know he is speaking great wisdom, if only I could decipher it.
What if I told you he was innocent?
That would be terrible, wouldn't it? But his words seem so wise.
Even if that were true, is it wisdom gained through another man? It is wisdom gained through another man's pain. Can that even be called wisdom? She frowns, thinking, I suppose you're right, but I still want to hear his words. She spreads her hands. Doesn't matter. He's going to die no matter what I do, and what he says could be important. As important as an innocent man's life? Help me save him. Wisdom can be gained without harming another. So I've learned to basically use other people's points before yours, as there are some places where you aren't allowed to use, let's do 90. You aren't allowed to use your other members' points, so when you can, use your other party members' points on checks like that. Success! The woman hangs her head. You're right. I have put my curiosity above a man's life. I will do this. Justice! Horrified man. This man stares at the execution in utter horror. He cannot look away. No crime deserves such a punishment. How can this be allowed? The horror of it will deter others from crime. Utter nonsense. Punishment for the bad behavior won't change a man. War for good behavior is far more effective. I agree. If that's what really mattered to the authorities, this is nothing more than a spectacle, an amusement for the masses. Theater. He sighs. If I had any courage, what if I join you? Join me. Let's put an end. I wish people weren't so complacent. He looks at you frightened. End it? Are you saying we should interrupt the execution? You said the punishment should not be allowed. Did you mean it? Can a just man stand by injustice? Okay, there we go. That was an easy check. Success! The man seems to shrink in his head. My friend, I am a coward. I have always been. But you are right. If a man does not stand by his beliefs, what is he? He swallows the knot. I will do it. Let him go, let him go. Unmoved woman. This woman stands at the back of the crowd, arms crossed and eyes cool as she watches the slow execution. Unlike the others, she's also watching the people in the crowd. She shakes her head. Depressing. If you find it depressing, why are you watching it? Biatch. I was just walking by. I don't know why I stopped, really. Something in her manner makes it feel like there's more to it than that, however. You stopped because you want to do something. You want to be the one to make a difference. She stands up straighter but says, Me? What can I do? I am a nobody. All I can do is watch. He's right. But what? Do I just tell them to stop? Many in the crowd are ready to act. They outnumber the levies, 4-1. All you have to do is lead them. She looks around at the others, you convinced, and seems to gather courage. You're right. Something must be done. With numbers on our side, we can do it. I'm ready. Well, it seems that, since I have already convinced 2, that now convincing others is easier, and I don't even need to check it. Ooh, I need to go talk to that mage. This man watches the execution with fevered eyes. He shakes his fist. Traitor, traitor to the city! As you approach him, he gives you a savage grin. Nothing better than seeing a traitor die, aye? Do you truly care if it's a traitor, or you just like watching a man tortured to death? He snarls at you. How dare you! It's justice that's important to me, and protecting my city. And is justice always handled out equally in Sagas Cliff? I'll bet the rich never pay for their crimes around here. He pauses. You've got a point there. I've never seen any highsiders spill their guts on the platform, or heard any of them ever being accused of treason. His eyes narrow. What do you know that I don't? This poor man took the fall for somebody else. That's a mockery of Sagas pride. We should free him. Yeah, this guy's got good checks. Success! The man grinds his teeth, thinking, and finally nods. Aye, us small fish are always taking the fall, but not this time. The 4 people you talked into helping Riz start chanting, Free the prisoner! Free the prisoner! Let him go! Let him go! Spurred on by their passion, or maybe just bored, the rest of the crowd begins to pick up the chant. Let him go! Let him go! They advance menacingly on the levies and the overseer. The levies back edge back, their normally pleasant expressions turning in uncertain frowns. The Overseer points directly at you.
I saw what you did, you rabble-rouser. This is your doing. Well, I'm not risking my life to intervene in the fate of a worthless piece of belly trash. If you want him, take him.
The Overseer signals the levies.
Unmask the prisoner's death and retreat. He isn't worth our lives.
At his order, one of the levies takes out a device like a circular mirror and squeezes its frame. The mirror spins, flashing shards of light across the death and the umbilical viscera it is wrapping around Riss, and all of it disintegrates. Soon Riss stands alone on the platform as reddish dust swirls away from him.
You fools! You have taken from the trunk of the tree in the house you build of it in its branches.
Riss, you are free.
There!
Cries the Overseer in the crowd.
Satisfied?
With that, he and the levies turn and march away as the crowd surrounds the platform and cheers. I was really like a mass-murdering, child-raping pornographer. As the levies march off and the crowd disperses, Reese steadies himself, not quite recovered from his ordeal. Finally, he raises his hand and focuses on you. If you're the one who got me out of that nightmare, thank you. But where's that... His eyes settle on Tiber.
There you are, you slippery bastard. Now, where's the money? If I went through that hell for nothing, I'll...
Reese chokes with emotion.
2 days, Tiber. I spilled my guts up there for 2 whole days. There's hardly anything left of me.
He steps back, spreading his hands.
Yes, about the money. You see, Riss, I was hoping to get a reward for turning in the fellow who sold us that brandy without telling us its secrets. But, he snarls, there's always a but when it comes to money, isn't there? I should have known. You only said you'd pay me so I wouldn't squeal on you. And you only saved my skin to save your own. He smacks his fists together. Now I'm going to have to fight through your friend to get you, or are you going to step out from behind me and take it like a man?
Calm down, both of you. Riss, tell it from the beginning. This is no fight of mine. Work it out yourselves. Alright, tell it from the beginning.
Riss spits, "Ptuh," and wipes his hands. There isn't much to tell. Captain Silvertongue here talked me into a dirty job, then disappeared like an abacus and left me holding a bag when it all went sour.
Oh, Riss, says Tiber, can you blame me for running when I had a chance? You would have done the same, and besides, if I hadn't, we would have both been sentenced to die, and no one to free either of us. I scanned, luckily that, if my tattooed friend hadn't come along, we'd both be executed in any case. He stabs a finger in Tiber's face.
You only wanted to free me because you knew you'd be next on the block once the Devourer ate me.
The Devourer would have found you guiltier, Tiber? Is that true? True?
As far as it goes, he would have learned about me if he had eaten Riss, and I did manage to escape the levies when they showed up looking for us, but I didn't abandon you, lad. He puts his hand to his heart. Riss, I escaped the levies and saved you from the Devourer of Wrongs because I love you and did not want to see you die. You have to believe me. And I scan escaping the levies was just good luck. That much is true.
Do I? Riss says, cracking his knuckles. Yeah, I'm with Riss. You need to make amends.
That's right, Riss snarls. And you can start by giving me my share of the spoils. Riss, you don't know what you're talking about. I never got paid, I promise you.
This isn't over, you self-serving bastard. Riss jabs a finger in Tiber's face.
Hide behind your friend if you like, but he won't keep you safe forever. You're dead, Tiber, you hear me? Dead!
Well, shit, I would have let you fight, but... oh well. Is that done now? I rallied the crowd against the execution, fearing for life the officers set free. Unfortunately, the Reunion wasn't as happy as I expected. Reese seems to think that Tiber owes him money and only set him free to save his own skin. If I hadn't been there, Reese might have strangled his friend on the spot. Huh, okay. Oh, everybody leveled up. Woot. Just these two. So, that's another thing. Feedback. If you guys ever see this in Exile Entertainment, I didn't see how much experience I got from that dialogue. And I definitely got experience because I have people leveled up. Yeah, quite a bit, it seems. Why can I only do stat points? What's this guy, a jack? Okay. Tier 2. It's your challenge. Compelled to attack the enemy who conferred this fettle if they are enraged. Days, 3 round. Minus 3 on all attacks. Nice. Dazzle and compel the enemy around you to attack only you, ignoring your allies. Nice. Choose abilities to learn or improve. Charm. Or resourceful. Increases your level of training in cipher use. I'm still not sure what cipher use is. Or charm. 1 of 1 uses per day. Automatically succeed on the next persuasion, deception, or intimidation task. Yeah, that sounds good. Cool. Damn. Speed and intellect plus 3. Improve skill. Alright, so smashing, endurance, healing, running. Bonus to movement distance on each crisis turn. Oh, I just figured it out. That means how far you can run while you're in combat. But how much of a bonus, guys? In Exile, how much of a bonus, please? Healing. Smashing. Endurance. Yeah, let's just get this guy tanky, huh? He is a glaive. Yeah, glaive. Alright. Abilities unlocked. Elbow grease. Physical training allows you to squeeze greater bonuses from each level of effort on smashing, quick fingers, and scavenging tasks. Nice. And kinetic nanodrive. +1 might pool, +1 speed pool. The nano spirits humming around Eritus provide him with bonuses to his might and speed. That's awesome. Choose abilities to learn or improve. Hook or fell swoop. Hook is a might ability. Activation costs 2 might, range medium, 10 meters. Snare a target with a grappling hook and pull them towards you. Nice for people running to attack my nanos. Or fell sweep. Defended by speed. Activation costs 3 speed. 1 physical damage per level of effort applied. Make a weapon attack against all enemies in a cone. I'm gonna go with hook. And select a skill to increase. Wow, this is there's a lot of stuff to do when you level, huh? What is a greatsword? Heavy weapon, maybe? Two-handed melee weapons or cannon-like range weapons. Melee combat. Small arms, light weapons, ranged combat, tactical weapons. Is medium weapons? Okay, so melee combat is all melee weapons, tactical combat is medium weapons, heavy combat is heavy weapons, ranged is range, small is small. Okay, so this applies to everything. Well, everything melee, and then I have these 3, so okay, I might as well just do this first. Wielding swords, axes, or maces requires steadying footwork and a strong armed. Extreme coordination and poise is required to land a blow with two-handed melee weapons like... Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. Cool. So now you should be uber. Yeah, +6? Damn. Yeah, and you're still at no bonuses. Okay, nice, but fucking mad tanky here. Nice, okay. I'm gonna check out this merchant, and then that's probably gonna be the end of this session. Prada. I'm at 1 hour and 15 minutes already, nice. In the shadows cast by the fold of this merchant's cowl, you glimpse hints of verdant chitin and amber mandibles erupting from pale human flesh. Her voluminous robes cannot hide the fact that her movements are off, as if too many joints inhibit too little space. But her verse is a warm, tumbling flood of spoken thoughts and impulses. A fair afternoon to you. Warm, isn't it? Something begins humming in one of her many pockets, and her brilliant, multifaceted eyes flicker toward an invisible point in the distance. Well, not as warm as it could be, but this is the warmest minute of the week by a considerable margin. She trails off, but the hum continues. Oh, you have one of those tattoos, too. Anyway, can I interest you in some prime artifacts, dusty relics, Numenera of uncertain origin? He looks like that pale woman. No, you're right, Bertie. She looks. Not looks, smells. If this is the end of the session, what will you play or read? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go to the grocery store. You appear to be transforming into an insect.
I know, isn't it fantastic? I think it might be caused by the intermingling fields of the Numenera I use to organize my thoughts. Or the ones I'm selling. Maybe all of them. You never know how a variety of ciphers will interact with each other. They are such fun. Huh.
Yeah, what are you selling? You mentioned my tattoo. Who?
Oh, right, a pale lady. She wanted me to fix an artifact of hers, but I couldn't make any sense of it. And that is rare, believe me. Prata sighs. I feel sorry for her, to tell you the truth. She seems sad, like she'd lost something and was never going to get it back.
And she wouldn't say what she'd lost when I asked her.
I know I could have helped.
Huh. That's what you're selling. Nothing. Damn. But I can sell stuff here, huh? Two. That's worth 200? Damn. Oh, alright. Alright, cool. So, it looks like I am done. Done. Thanks for watching, people on the stream and people on YouTube, and I'll see you next time.